Because when people come to LVMH, they do not come in a group with some anonymity. They come in a family.
How Louis Vuitton CEO squashed tech moguls to $200 billion. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about how Louis Vuitton CEO squashed tech moguls to $200 billion. If you go through the list of the top 10 richest men in the world today, you'll notice that almost half of them run successful tech companies. This doesn't come as a surprise as the world is fast embracing technology and is becoming more of a need. However, back in May, Bernard Arnault managed to successfully knock out the tech moguls. And how did he do it? Let's take a look. Bernard Arnault's background. Born in Roubaix, France 72 years ago, Bernard's rise to success is quite an inspiring one. He grew up just like any other normal child. He led his life normal. His mother was obsessed with Dior while his father ran a civil engineering company. Bernard studied engineering and joined his father in the construction company. So how did he end up becoming so high up in the fashion industry? This move wasn't instant. After 3 years of working with his father, he convinced him to change their company and focus on real estate, making them sell all their industrial construction division and renaming the company from Ferret Savinel to Farinel. Farinel later acquired a textile company, necessitating a move for the headquarters and renaming the branch George V Group. Real estate assets were sold, causing the company to rebrand again to Nexity. Shift to the fashion world. Bernard must have really made his parents proud because he managed to honor them in his career. While he was still Ferret Savinel's president back in 1984, he learned that the French government was planning to appoint a successor to the Beausaf-Saint-Ferrat empire, which controlled Christian Dior. He won this bid. Remember when we said his mom was obsessed with Dior? She must have been the inspiration here. Every success story has a helper, and no one ever made it on their own. For Bernard, Antoine Bernheim, a senior partner of Lazard Frères, was his greatest help. Antoine helped Bernard acquire the luxury goods company Financier Agache and become its CEO. This right here was his inlet. Upon purchasing Bezos, Arnault laid off 9,000 workers in 2 years, earning him the moniker the Terminator. He later liquidated all the assets, only sparing the Dior name, probably in honor of his mother, together with the department store Le Bon Marché. As a result of the employment losses and changes, was able to bring Financier Agache back to health. Thanks to Bernard's strategic skills, in 1987, the corporation had returned to profitability, earning $112 million on a $1.9 billion revenue stream. Acquisition of LVMH. Arnault put out $1.5 billion in July 1988 to construct a company in collaboration with Guinness, which owned 20% of Louis Vuitton stock. In reaction to claims that the Louis Vuitton Group was buying LVMH stock to form a blocking minority, Arnault invested $600 million to increase his stake in the company to 13.5%, making him the company's largest stakeholder. The idea behind LVMH was that the conglomerate would be too big for a single hostile raider to attack. Internal takeover efforts, on the other hand, were not considered in the assumption. When Arnault's strategic perspective differed with that of Louis Vuitton's president, Henry Rackheimer, the flaw grew too enormous to overlook. The action Bernard took was that he paid another $500 million in January 1989 to take control of 43.5% of LVMH's shares and 35% of its rights to vote, achieving the blocking minority. He required to prevent the group from subsequently being dismantled. Rackheimer, then turned on by Bernard, was stripped of his powers and was kicked out from the board of directors. Bernard was decisively elected chairman of the executive management board for the entire group on January 13, 1989. Following his appointment as CEO, Arnault guided the firm through a well-calculated development strategy, developing it into one of the world's largest luxury conglomerates, alongside Swiss luxury conglomerate Richemont and French conglomerate Kering. He has successfully built the brand over the years, making the company and himself grow over the years. Look out, Jeff Bezos. On Monday, May 24th, Bernard surpassed Bezos' net worth after LVMH stock trading on Euronext Paris surged to an all-time high above $155, boosting his net worth to over $186 billion. He made $800 million in one day. This report is according to Forbes. Amazon shares fell by around 1% the same day, slashing $2.3 billion from Bezos' net worth and bringing both men's net worth to $186 billion. Just before the market closed, Arnault was nearly $100 million richer than Bezos, and this was not the first time this happened. On December 16, 2019, Bernard was leading at around 10 a.m., but Amazon stocks closed higher at the end of the day. Despite the worldwide pandemic that has affected many businesses during the same time, Bernard's wealth more than doubled in the last year as LVMH's global sales have soared. The group's fashion and leather products unit increased 52% in the first quarter compared to the same period in 2020, even before Corona was declared a worldwide pandemic. This meant an increase in the group's revenue. Did people suddenly want to purchase leather products with the pandemic? I don't get the relationship between the two. The company's stock has increased by 20% just in this current year. More than 70 premium fashion houses are owned by the French conglomerate, including Louis Vuitton, Fendi, Christian Dior, Givenchy, and many others. Tiffany & Company was purchased for $16 billion by the consortium in January. Anthony LaDrew, the president of Louis Vuitton in the United States, is now in charge of the legendary American jeweler. Following this new acquisition, Arnault's son Alexander is the newly appointed Tiffany's leadership team lead. Since its $13 billion merger with the Christian Dior brand in 2017, acquisition of Tiffany & Company is LVMH's largest acquisition. For many years, the title of world's wealthiest person was held by the same guy. Bill Gates held the title for nearly 2 decades until Bezos overtook him in 2017 and has since increased his advantage year after year. That changed in early 2019 when the Amazon founder agreed to give his ex-wife a quarter of his money as part of their divorce settlement. Since then, the rivalry has narrowed down to a handful of multi-billionaires. Tesla CEO Elon Musk momentarily deposed Bezos earlier this year as Tesla's stock rose nearly 8 times in 2020. Arnault currently leads Bezos by a razor-thin $300 million advantage. If Amazon stocks person well or LVMH trades poorly due to market trends or company-related news, the ranks might shake once again. Robert Arnault's net worth. The 72-year-old who currently resides in Paris is the CEO and chairman of LVMH, which is widely known as the largest luxury group company. On his way up, Bernard has enlisted the help of 4 of his 5 children, resulting in a family-run company with the world's 3rd largest fortune. He currently has a net worth of $186 billion, owning 97.5% of Christian Dior, which translates to $109 billion. He also owns other assets and cash equivalents amounting to more than $4 billion. Other notable material things he owns include a private jet, because there's no way the richest man in the world would travel with the rest of us. Bernard also owns a villa located on the French Riviera, which is to die for. Ever seen him enjoy tennis matches? He enjoys them from the comfort of his exquisite home. According to reports, Bernard has also spent more than $96 million investing in homes in Los Angeles in the Beverly Hills, Truesdale Estates, and Hollywood Hills neighborhoods. Being as rich and influential as Bernard, you will surely come across the who's and who's of the industry you're in, fashion, and even beyond. Back in 2017, he met with the then President of the United States, Donald Trump. They met at Trump Tower in New York City just before Trump's inauguration to discuss expanding his company's factory's expansion in the United States. What are some of your favorite pieces from Louis Vuitton? Let us know in the comments below. And that's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing videos from us.